Right, I put up a post a couple of days ago about holding your breath underwater. It's garnered quite a bit of response, so I thought I'd expand on it. But this is the single thing that holds folk back, both in learning to row as a beginner and progressing to do more advanced rows, or even to make sure you've got a competent roll you can do in any conditions other than flat calm, sun's out, folk round about you for backup. If you have a fear of any description of being underwater, that will hold you back in terms of your ability to roll competently and without fail. Because you can do it in flat calm all you like, but you can overcome your inherent fear in great conditions, flat calm, people around about you. But the minute you're out, and I hear this a lot, the minute folk are out in conditions, force 2, 3, even force 1, they get knocked over for whatever reason or just lose their balance. The consensus of opinion is folk freak, pop their deck and get out because they've got one attempt on them. You should have easily enough breath for 3 attempts. And the crucial thing is, if you fail your first attempt, what then happens, and I've said this in the post before, you'll rush your second and you'll rush even more your third. So normally the second and third attempts after a failed roll, 90% of the, well, that's just a rough figure pulled out there, but in my experience, if someone fails the roll once, the panic sets in, the doubt sets in, the technique goes out the window. Their second roll will be a failure and their third roll will just be an absolute car crash. So it's crucial, and I know it sounds daft telling an adult to go and stick their head in a bucket of water or in a sink of water or fill a bath, lie in it, eyes open, and get used to being underwater holding your breath, but it'll serve you well. You need to overcome that fear, otherwise you'll just be unteachable, you'll never learn. But I reckon 10 to 15% of folk trying to learn to row will never learn to row, and the majority of them, it's purely fear. And I can spot that a mile away. Folk will, especially men, big bravado, I've got no fear of water, and then you see them and you think you've got fear of water. Certainly being in a kayak upside down in water, because normally what happens is, you know somebody's got a fear of water if they fail the first time, and you can see the panic, to grab the paddle to set up again and rush up. It should be the exact opposite. If you fail your first roll, you should take even more time in your second. Compose yourself, get all the technique right in the correct sequence, take your time. A rushed roll is often a failed roll, so just try and learn, and it'll pay dividends, huge dividends, but get confidence in the water. Otherwise, no amount of teaching, I can't teach somebody to not be scared. That comes within yourself. You need to do it yourself, and it's a huge part of learning to row. It really is. I can't emphasize how much that will hold you back, that fear of water. The water is your friend in rowing. It doesn't matter if you're out 5 miles at sea or 50 hours out at sea or in a loch like we are now. All the water you're concerned about is within 2 or 3 feet circumference of your kayak. It doesn't matter if you're out in 10 miles of ocean, it's no difference. You control the amount of sea or water you're in. You're in control, not the conditions. Folk would say, oh, you can't control nature, but in this case you can. You can control nature to a degree, and that degree will help you get back up. So try and learn to 10 seconds underwater, don't come up, just hold your breath for 10 seconds, come up, do that a few times, then progress to 15 seconds, 20 seconds, 30 seconds. Time yourself on land how long you can hold your breath, and then set yourself a goal to doing that underwater. And I would encourage folk who finding problems and not getting the roll after months of trying to learn, spend a lot of time on this, get your head underwater, and get comfortable and confident. I've never managed to drown anyone yet, teaching them to row. So just casually pop over, hold your breath. Just keep doing that. Not necessarily for lap rolls to begin with, but it's so important. This I cannot emphasise. This is the one thing you need to overcome to have any chance of a confident row that won't fail you. If you don't overcome that, you can never rely on your row. It's that simple.